inquiry, sir.
Do not interrupt me again.
You are misstating what I said.
Mr. Goldman, the clock is not yours.
On today's political bashing, it takes place at the Homeland Security Committee hearing, and you had Marjorie Taylor Greene and Dan Goldman going at each other's necks. And the hearing wasn't just about Abrego Garcia. They had spoke about other things as well, but I focused on this because this segment, it gets real spicy to the point where the chairman almost takes out Dan Goldman out the whole hearing. And let's be honest, you can't have politics without some drama. And in this segment was packed and full of drama, man. Let's get to it.
Mr. Chairman, sorry. I ask unanimous consent to enter for the record. One of our colleagues had asked if there was evidence if the so-called Maryland man, Abrego Garcia, was MS-13. According to the Attorney General of the United States, she posted that the evidence shows Abrego Garcia has repeatedly been identified as a member of MS-13 by a Maryland County Police Gang unit, which I introduced for the record, a reliable confidential informant, ICE officers, an immigration judge agreed, and an appellate board agreed.
So you have, sorry, is that a court order? Jeff, I object.
So she can put anything she wants in the record. She's not complying to your request, Mr. Goldman.
She asked for unanimous consent.
Okay, so you're objecting to her putting that into the record?
I am objecting subject to a clarification. Is that a court order that establishes that he's a member of MS-13?
An immigration judge agreed he was MS-13. An appellate board agreed.
Don't misrepresent.
Oh, hold on.
A judge.
Everybody pause. We're going to let one person talk at a time. You ask a question. Answer the question, please.
According to the Attorney General of the United States, she informed the country that an immigration judge agreed that your Maryland man, Abrego Garcia, is MS-13. An appellate board agreed.
You are misstating what
Mr. Goldman, the clock is not yours right now. She has the floor. Please continue answering the question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A Maryland County...
She's not answering the question, sir.
No, she's going to answer the question, and then you can object and your answer.
Make sure that she answers the question.
Finish answer. You just said, please finish your answer.
A Maryland County Police Gang unit agreed that he's MS-13. A reliable confidential informant agreed that he's MS-13. ICE officers agreed that he's MS-13. An immigration judge agreed that he's MS-13. An appellate board agreed that Abrego Garcia, your Maryland man, is MS-13.
Okay. I have the floor.
Okay, so let's break this down. So Marjorie is showing all the proof that states that he's an MS-13 gang member. Personally, I don't know why is Dan just interrupting her every single time, but if the evidence is there, you have judges, ICE officers, and whatnot stating that he is a MS-13 gang member. What is the rush about him not getting deported, or if he was deported anyways? You know, you probably got other people who aren't gang members in that same situation, and nobody's batting an eye to them. And I really don't want to get whole conspiracy theorists on you guys, but it's starting to feel like he's maybe like an undercover informant who's like embedded into one of these gangs, and they need him to stay in there for whoever what knows and whatnot. Let me know what you guys think. Put your thoughts in the comments. I'm very interested to see what you guys think, or it's just maybe me and my idiotic takes. And if it's just me, put in the comments. Idiot.
What do you want to say?
I object because she is misstating the record and the facts. That is not accurate, and therefore I object to that being introduced. No, sir, may I explain? You let her go on.
You go ahead.
There is no final court order establishing that he's...
Oh, so now Dan Goldman wants to play the victim card that, oh, Judge, you let her speak and blah, blah, blah and all that, but while she was speaking, I mostly heard him talking over her.
establishing that he's a member. Maybe he is. So you should put all that evidence before a judge, and if he is MS-13, he should be deported. That's what we're talking about, but you're misstating what all of that evidence is.
No, I think I'm going to make a point here. You basically just read what the Attorney General said, correct?
Yes, sir.
You didn't assert that this was a court order, did you? Did you assert that this was a court order?
I read the Attorney General of the United States.
And you have a right on our committee to submit for unanimous consent or a vote if we want to put it to a vote. This for the record, correct? Is that it?
Yes.
That is correct. Okay,
Mr. Chairman,
He has a right.
Could I review what she is?
No, she can submit something to this committee.
But it matters that she just said she represented exactly what the Attorney General said. She has a document there. I would like
Let's make a
that
copy.
document.
Let's make a copy, sir. And we'll vote on. I'm going to hold on just a second. We're going to hold. You're calling for the question? We're calling for the question. The clerk, we're going to need to set. Hold on just a second. Brief reset to vote on the submission of this for the record. That's all that has been stated. And
The parliamentary inquiry, sir.
do not interrupt me again. We are on the vote on whether or not this can be entered into the record. A motion has been made, and we will vote on that motion. All of those,
I have a parliamentary inquiry before we vote, sir.
Mr. Ranking Member.
It's our request that we object. And in the middle of the objection, you consider a motion, which
He was done talking about
no, he
Mr.
wasn't. No, he wasn't. You stopped him from talking.
I just have a parliamentary inquiry.
A parliamentary inquiry. Okay, go ahead. You have the floor.
Is it the procedure of this committee that someone who is making an objection to the admission of evidence cannot review that evidence before we vote on it?
Yeah, the content is irrelevant to the motion, and the motion has been made to vote on the submission for the record.
The content is irrelevant? I mean, that's what I'm objecting to. If she is accurate in what her representation is, I will withdraw my objection. I just need to see the document.
Somebody walk the thing over there and let it.
You know, if this is a Homeland Security hearing, I wouldn't think she would Marjorie Taylor Greene would bring any falsified documents into this type of hearing. This is not a hearing where you could come and give half-assed paperwork. You know, she's not going to talk about something that wasn't fact-checked and dotted their I's and crossed their T's. But in this hearing today, at the Homeland Security hearing, Marjorie Taylor, she didn't even have to fight back against Dan. She had the chairman do her dirty work. She really said to the chairman, hand them my light work. And they both got real chippy. But I have to agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene because she came with some evidence and Dan Goldman didn't have any. And always believe the facts over the talks.